Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new Decrypting Crypto live stream. I'm your host, Matt Batiri, here today for some Bitcoin technical analysis. I'm glad you can join me. If you're watching this live, please drop me a comment, hit like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you can catch us each and every single day when we go live on YouTube. We have 7 videos a week, 5 live stream, 2 educational ones. So please make sure you try and tune in more regularly, and hopefully you guys enjoy our content. Alrighty, so on Mondays, we do some Bitcoin technical analysis. I'm going to dive into the charts, tell you what I'm thinking is going to happen during the week, always predicting. But there are some very big tail signs that Bitcoin is looking to start going down, making another leg down. So if we check on the weekly time frame, we can see that on Market Cipher B, we have the money flow still now increasing and getting deeper into the red from the last month, really. If I zoom in, we can clearly see that the money flow was coming up, and it did maybe look like we were going to cross over and start an early bull run, but that is not the case. We now have the money flow. Let me just zoom in. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. Let me zoom in. We're right now at a minus 14.8. In the last week, we were minus 11 and then minus 7. So we've kind of doubled, kind of telling me that a lot more people are now becoming fearful. They're exiting the market more and more. They're removing funds, probably going to stable coins. That would be the smartest thing if you're looking to stay in crypto. But if they are not, they're probably just selling out into the fear that is widespread at the moment about the stock markets. We're going to look at some pre-markets. We're going to look at what's going to happen in the stock market when it opens today. I think at 11:30 p.m. my time, Australian Eastern Standard Time, and that'll be when US opens. But we have a bearish crossover of the stochastic RSI. We have the BBWP, so Bollinger Band with percentile, very low, which it's looking to expand, meaning that we are most likely going to see a very, very big move in the coming weeks. So we're not going to just go straight down. Well, we could go straight down. That would be pretty crazy. But if we do something like the COVID crash, this was a huge week. So the markets dropped. Bitcoin dropped 54% in an entire week. Now, it's totally possible. Let's look at the last time that also occurred for Bitcoin. So we had the COVID crash right here. We had this crash, which was over 2 weeks, and that was 44%. Right? That was 44%. Let's log on. We have this candle back here, which was the last capitulation candle. That was 40%. Then we had obviously this back here. What was this one? 32%. So, and that was the final leg. So those final legs can be quite nasty. Now, if we look at our recent drop, how big was that? That was 43%. But things are looking like they're going to get worse. So let's just say 30%. We're looking at 13,700, which is whereabouts I've got my target for some big buy orders. And the next one, oops, let me just turn on my magnet. And let's go back here. So 30%. 27%. Get out of there. Sorry, my dog is trying to eat stuff in my bin. 40% is 11,404, and $10,000 is 47%. So, could we see a four-figure Bitcoin? Man, that would be so good, but it would scare a lot of people. It's not even. I mean, think about it, $9,000 for a Bitcoin. That's crazy to think that. That's like, if that is the floor, that. Like how much it's increased over the last, 10, 12 years. If we look at it on a monthly scale, this chart is going up and to the right. Like we're past the time where this thing's going to collapse down. It's pretty much impossible for us to go to zero, because there's too much adoption, and a lot more people are believing it as a store of value and a hedge against inflation. So if we get a $9,000 Bitcoin, man, it'd be crazy, and it would freak a lot of people out. Like, I was freaked out back. I wasn't even freaked out. I was basically out of the market. I was just like I was still in the market. Sorry. I still had some Bitcoin back here in 2018, but this is where my education started. When I started seeing 3 months later Bitcoin move on exactly April the 1st, I thought it was obviously a nice little pump, whoever decided to do that on April Fool's Day. I was like, maybe there is something with this token. And when it went to 14K, this is where I was like, oh my god, there's something in Bitcoin, blah blah blah. And I went full ball, 10 hours of YouTube ever since, for the next 2 years, 2 hours of YouTube to understand cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin more, Ethereum more. And, I believed. And then when we had this crash here, this is where I bought a lot, and, had the entire bull run. So, I don't feel where we are now. I don't feel like I was back here. I was in despair. Let's go market psychology. Sorry if my spelling's bad. There we go. This one. So I do not believe that we as investors and retail investors have gone into, I think the last one is depression. Yeah, we have not hit depression. I do not think we've hit depression. I don't feel depression. And I think the price would need to get to like $3,000 to be depressed. But I don't see that happening. Man, if we get a 4-figure Bitcoin, it's going to be the biggest sale of the century. And you'd be silly to miss out at those prices. But will we get the opportunity to? That is a different story. So back to the charts. Things are looking pretty bad. On a weekly scale, oh my god, I keep drawing. Okay, on a weekly scale, things are looking bad. So we're on monthly here. On a weekly scale, things are looking bad. Money flow is increasing into the red, so deeper cut. So we're going to go to daily now. Okay, the daily image shows me that the value area low of this entire sideways range, so the colored area, this colored area, is the area where Bitcoin has been traded the most out of this entire sideways range, and also price action. So you'll probably see more candles in this area than above and below. So this is called the value area high. This is the point of control, the red line, where the most amount of Bitcoin was traded at the price in this entire range, and then the value area low. We look like on a daily scale, we want to once again close a daily candle below that value area low. Now, with money exiting the market on a weekly scale, with us closing this again, it looks like we are bound for the previous low. And what I think will happen here is a swing failure pattern. We're going to come down. If we come down slow, then we're going to just go below 17,600, and we're going to bounce, and we're going to bounce probably quite hard. We'll probably come to this trend line most likely, and then obviously come down lower, because the thing is, there's going to be a lot of liquidity here, because if we break below here, people are going to freak out. They're going to try and sell their Bitcoin, and market makers are just going to buy up the Bitcoin, push the price up. Everyone thinks, oh, there's a fake out. They all rush back in at a higher price than what they than they sold it for, and then, you know, that's retail investors to the teeth for you. So I think that's what's going to happen. What could happen though is like we just go straight through the level. So it'd have to be a really quick collapse and not what I just said, and we'll see like Bitcoin moving very fast. And that's going to be like a show. It's like watching these days. If you watch it live, it's awesome because you have so much energy and adrenaline, especially as a trader. It's like one of the best feelings. It's like the runner's high. When I see a market crash, I get that same high, but off trading, because it's euphoric. So if I get the chance to watch a market crash, like I watched it for the recent one was the war, the Russia-Ukraine war declaration. That was so cool to watch, like just candles just going crashing down. It's amazing TV. Get that on your TV, and it's good. And then you can watch some people live streaming as well, their trades at that time, because people are probably making some really big money. And there's a guy in, I think he's Korean, and he loses hundreds and thousands of millions of dollars live on air. It's really cool to watch. I feel for the guy because he's going through some pain, but it's really good to watch. It's yeah, it's crazy. It's like my version of live TV. All right, I'm getting off topic. So on the daily scale, the money flow is in the red. So whenever we get a red dot, when we're in the red money flow on Market Cipher, I don't need to tell you, but here was the last one. Let's draw a couple of vertical lines there. So red dot in the red, red money flow. So just in the last couple of weeks, let's just remove some of these other indicators because everything's clogging each other. You can see that the last one was 8% day. That's pretty big for a single day. That was 3%, not too bad, but then it went lower. Like, so let's just go from there. We went, you know, dropped there, which is 5%. So right now, we got some room to move. We got some room to move to the downside, and I think that a good bet would be 17.6, just below it, so 17.5, something like that. Between 17.6, 17.5, we'll see a lot of liquidity, and then we'll maybe push back up to this trend line. We can just draw a real simple trend line here, bang, to there, so like that. So that would be a point that I look at. Right now we're in this descending broadening wedge, which is usually a bullish pattern, or what we could do is retrace to the 618. So let's say we'll take it from 17.6. Turn the magnet off because there we go. So we'll go from 17.6. The 618 would be 21,000. So we could see a really quick buyback to 21,000. This could happen. I mean, look, every time we swing value pattern a previous low, here was the last one. Look at this. We went like we went up very fast when we swing value patterned. Which one? With these two lows right here, that low and that low. Everyone thinks we're crashing, and then there's a lot of liquidity, and it pushed back up. So I expect this to occur once again. Right here at between 17.6 and 17.5, and then we will most likely go bang up to the trend line. Oh, I moved too quick. Boom, below to the there we go, and then back down, something like that. I believe we could do something like that. That would then give us a a channel. Where's my channel? Where are we? There it is. Then that would give us a nice little trading channel. Here we go. So does that connect with anything? Nah, but that's okay. So we have a channel, and we could, like I said, just bounce now going down in this channel. So if we hit here, then we'll come back up to this trend line, which could be the 618 at 21,000. And then we just go further. And then we have like a very big crash down to then my target, which is 13,000. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen, guys. If you agree with me, drop me a comment. If you disagree, what do you reckon is going to happen in the next couple of days? All right, let's zoom into the 4 hour now. So we've done the longer term time frames. On the 1 hour, like this is just a very sad picture, you know, a high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low. But we failed again to break this high, and we are getting lower, and things are just looking like they are going to start collapsing by, we'll probably see this in the next 6 to 7 hours, 8 hours. We'll probably get here. So we're probably going to drop $1,000 in the next few hours, I think, because the market opens probably going to be quite volatile and nasty. And yeah, 17.6, that's where I'll be looking at exo charts, getting some volume reads, seeing if we have a imbalance, and we have lots of sellers down at that low, and then obviously take a nice long from here and then ride it to the upside, and then look to sell again around that 618. I think we could get to 618, 21,000. That would make everyone think that we've caused a double bottom. They FOMO in, and then they just slam it down even more. The thing is, this process is just gonna be real slow. If you look at our last couple, like our last month, we've spent so much time, like an entire week consolidating. So that was like 6 days, 12 hours. This one was even longer. We've had some really boring times, 10 days, really boring times, but they're ranges. And they're great to, long the lows, short the highs. And like we had another boring time here. This was another sort of 5 days. And then now we've been kind of stuck since, here in this like sideways bit for like another week. So things have been a bit boring, but they're about to not be boring. Let me tell you that. We're going to see some volatility in the next week and also the next 2 weeks. And I think, if you're a trader, get your shorts ready. And if you are a retail investor, get ready to buy some of your favorite altcoins at a discount. Alrighty, that's all I really want to cover with Bitcoin. Ethereum is holding it together somewhat. It's just, look, it's going to follow Bitcoin. On the 1 hour, the money flow is about to come down. So, Ethereum's about to collapse. The 4 hour is just looking dreaded, very thick money flow on the red side. And we're about to cross over on a daily scale on Ethereum from green to red. And if we look at what happened last time that we did that, Ethereum went from 20, excuse me, went from 2,700 to 877. So we're about to do that on Ethereum. If we go to the last time, the one before that, we went from 4,000 to 50% drop, 2,100. So that was 2,100. What was this one again? This one was 2960 to, that was a 70% drop. Oof, to 1,200. And so if we could look at both of those values, what was that one again? That was 70%. So let's go between 40%, which I think was the first one. Yeah, I think this one was 40%, 47%. So we're going to go from 47% to start with. Oof, 47%. There you go, which is the weekly at 680. So we could see a $680 Ethereum. That'd be amazing. That'd be pretty close to the buy price that I bought it in 2019. I bought it at 250 Australian. So we're getting pretty close. And let's look at the larger drop, 70%. Oof, 70% would take us to 400, which is also another level that I have. Wow. Okay, so you just saw those two measurements of percentages, 47% and 70%, and they line up with two weekly levels that I have for Ethereum that have support. So I have support here for a weekly, and then I've got a weekly here. So, and these are untapped weeklies. So, man, we could see a $400 Ethereum. That'd be so good. So good. Oh, man, so good. Buy of a lifetime if we get to that. But first of all, we need to, we'll get probably down to 870. We'll do what Bitcoin did in swing failure pattern, another move to the upside. And then, down we'll go to 680 most likely. Crazy. crazy, which is yeah, so good, really good. All right, let's have a quick look at the pre-markets. I said I'd look at this. The pre-markets are looking bad. Dow Jones bad, S&P bad, Nasdaq bad. And if you're Australian and you want to go to the US, the Aussie dollar is looking bad as well, real bad, and it's collapsing, as you can see. This is only on Binance. Let's have a quick look at AUD versus USD. FM. Okay, let's see if we can get cracking. I just want stocks. Is it stocks? No. All futures, Forex. Forex. There we go. All right, let's just try this one. I don't even know how far like this goes. Okay, this goes back pretty far. This. Oof. So the Australian dollar collapsing very fast. Woof, man, we could go back to 2 to 1. 2 to 1. That would be nasty. That was back in 2001. Back in 2001, I remember. Oh no, it wasn't that. No, I went traveling. In 2008. There we go. This is when I traveled to America, and God, everything was so expensive. We're about to go to those levels. So one good thing is if you're an Australian and you buy crypto right now, you may not lose a lot of money because your Aussie dollar is worth less than what US dollars are worth. And you could just buy crypto, because crypto is basically all in USD anyways, depending what exchange you're on. So you're going to buy some crypto. Let's say you buy Bitcoin. The Aussie dollar is probably going to drop another 15 cents, which as a percentage is, 15%. That's another 15%. So if you buy a US dollar, right, so $1 Australian gets you 65 cents US. So right now, that'll be worth less. So you could literally, buying US dollars now is probably, it's like you're going to make 15% on just doing that. You don't even need to be in crypto. You could just buy the US dollar right now, and you're more than likely going to make 15% in the matter of not long, because it looks like we're collapsing here, like collapsing very fast. So here's a non-crypto trade for you. Buy some USD, and not financial advice, PS, but I'm buying stable coins right now. Just buy stable coins. You'll make 15%, and then you buy the crypto dip. But look, on the monthly, we're it's nasty. It's nasty. Like Australian traveling as an Australian is going to be really bad. I think someone also said, I saw a tweet today. Is it the pound? Oh my God, apparently the pound is just getting pounded. The pound is getting pounded. Oh, guys, this is bad. This is bad. The pound is getting pounded. I'm gonna remove technical analysis, and I'm gonna write something else. The pound is getting pounded. The pound is getting pounded. Oop, Mr. O. There we go. Oop. Pound. There we go. Save. And then whilst we're watching the British pound collapse, we're going to put the pound is getting pounded, because right now this is why the UK is going into a recession. The UK is going into a recession. Next support is, next support is down here. Like, it's just nowhere. It's in the middle of no man's land. Oh shit, we're already like below. Oh, we're below it. Damn. Oh, look how far back this goes. 1972. Oh, even the British are now thinking, oh geez, traveling to the US is going to be very expensive. They're basically 1 to 1. They're 1 to 1. They used to be 2 to 1, and now they are 1 to 1 with the US dollar, which is crazy. Crazy. And the Aussie dollar is just, it's going to be bad, guys. It's going to be bad. The market open today. It's going to be bad for Bitcoin. I just sense it. It's hanging on by a thread. Low prices to come. a bounce at 17.6, around about 17.6 to 17.5. We'll see a bounce here. And then if Bitcoin has enough legs to get to 21,000, I'll be so surprised. But then I just feel like it's gonna get slaughtered down because the markets are bad, guys. The markets are bad. Now, just to leave you, like I said, I think we're going to bounce here. However, don't be surprised that Bitcoin just goes straight down. If it goes straight down, like we know the targets, there'll probably be a stop at 15,000-ish because it's a nice round number. And then also, then I've got my eye on 13,000. But what we could see is obviously this head and shoulders play out. I did point it out on the last stream. Let me just delete these lines nice and quick. All right. So on the last stream, I pointed out, oh God, there we go. I pointed out this head and shoulders. Okay. I'm sure other people on the tube are pointing it out. But if you don't know, the target for that is going to be, actually, no, we'll go from the value area low, just conservative, is that $13,000, $14,000 mark, right? So what'll probably happen? We'll come here, swing failure. If we don't, the first barrier is going to be this value area low. We might not even get past 18,800 where we spend a lot of time here. Because this will be the retest of the head and shoulders neckline right here. So we're probably just going to go to there. If we happen to manage to break above it, then the golden pocket's going to still destroy us. It's going to be very soul destroying. But yeah, sorry, I totally missed the value area low. I think the value area low, we bounce, come back up here, $1,000, and we're going to find a lot of resistance here, and then we might we'll just roll over from here. Yeah, that's probably the most likely scenario, just because I see a lot of weakness. It's going to be very difficult for us to break and come back up above 18,800 where we've been this last bit of time. If I do a quick fixed range from just this side period, like there'll be a lot of volume. Yeah, look at that. See this right here, like it just tells me throughout this entire pump and dump from the 7th of September, most amount of Bitcoin traded is around that $19,000. So this area is going to be very hard for us to break through. And if we do, then God forbid everyone's going to FOMO back in, but the 618 is hanging just above it. So I don't see that happening. I'd love to just see a collapse from here, because then, like I said, it's so good to watch live. If you haven't watched a live market crash, it's so good. It's very euphoric. It's very euphoric. But if I happen to be sleeping, then bummer. I'll just see the destruction the following day. So I'll keep my eye out. I'll be looking at my phone every hour for the next until I go to bed, and then as soon as I wake up in the middle of the night to check what's going on. So I will be up tonight, tomorrow night, all week, just to try and catch this live, because it's these are easy trades as well. And yeah, look for a bounce for another little range to form, and then we make more decisions. But with the currency market collapsing, it's probably going to be this week, and we're probably going to just see some real disgusting stuff. But guys, that's it from me. If you've stayed this long, please like, subscribe, put the bell button on all of our videos. I would appreciate it. It helps the channel out. So it takes like 30, it doesn't even take 30 seconds. It takes you 5 seconds to click the little thumbs up button on the video. Appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, come back tomorrow. We've got our DC news live stream, Wednesday, altcoin technical analysis video. But on top of that, before you go, we have a webinar coming up tomorrow and the day after. It is the 5 megatrends that we believe are going to, help you realize your dream life in the next bull run. We have an eye on some different areas that a lot of people are unsure about or don't already know about. There's a real big real estate one that we're going to be sort of disclosing to you guys on this webinar. So head to breakoutsolutions.com/crypto-webinar, or the link just below breakoutnow.co/1K day. And you can register yourself. We have 2 time slots. We've got 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on the 28th, and then 10 a.m. the following day. Come check it out. Reserve your seat. Come learn some stuff, and yeah, you'll probably be blown away. And at least you know where you can park your capital after you have watch this webinar, know where to invest your money for this bear market for the next upcoming bull run. All right, guys, that's it from me. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow for the DC live stream and the altcoin technical analysis on Wednesday. And that's it from me. Bye.